I am expecting the West Indies to win their three-match ODI series against the United Arab Emirates convincingly and comfortably. I do not expecting any thriller. I am not expecting anything but a 3-0 win and all the matches being lopsided. After all, we are the West Indies. And I'm telling you, anything less than a convincing 3-0 win, the noise surrounding the appointment of Darren Sammy will reach a crescendo. Anything less than a convincing 3-0 win would increase the pressure on the coach who have not yet even taken charge of a match, and yet still there's many pressure coming his way. As I have said, you have to back the president and you have to back the coach. But there are many persons who believe that Sammy getting the job was not justified. And we have seen past players coming out and criticizing the process that was used to appoint Sammy as the coach for the West Indies team. Just imagine if he should lose any of these matches. Just imagine if any one of these matches should come close or worse. Just imagine if the United Emirates, unimaginable as it may be at this time, should they win the series. It would be a disaster for Darren Sammy, and not only Darren Sammy, but for the presidency of Dr. Shallow. I am expecting, though, that West Indies will win and win comfortably and convincingly, and that the United Arab Emirates will not have a chance, no chance whatsoever in any of the matches. Hello everyone, and welcome to the show. Please slash a like on the video and click on that subscribe button. You click only once and it's free to subscribe. Now there are some links in the video description. Please check out those links in the video description. On Wednesday, former West Indies captain and batsman Ramnaresh Sarwan posted on his Facebook page 22 persons, and he was making these comments about the appointment of Darren Sammy. And I'm quoting some of what Sarwan said just to give you a feedback of the pressure that is already on the West Indies coach even before he takes charge of his first match as coach of the West Indies white ball team. 22 persons were interviewed for the white ball coaching position. However, 2 were shortlisted. The big question is, why were the only 20 persons? The big question is, why were the other 20 persons / coaches not made known to Cricket West Indies directors? And also, why is this a big secret and been kept away from the cricketing public? In the interest of transparency, those names should have been made available at least to the directors of Cricket West Indies. So that's Sarwan. And Sarwan continues, he goes on and continues to say, the 2 coaches shortlisted by the president-headed committee were Shivnarin Chanderpaul and Darren Sammy. Chanderpaul is fully qualified with a level 3 certificate, and Darren Sammy has almost 0 coaching qualification. Shockingly, Darren Sammy confirmed as coach. How is this possible? The president has a professional responsibility and has a moral responsibility to, and without delay, make public the criteria / method used for the selection of the coaches. Those are the comments of former West Indies captain Ramnaresh Sarwan. I will have nothing to add to these comments, and I have no comments to make on these comments at this time, for 2 reasons. One, I want to interview Sarwan right here. I want to ask him some questions. And 2, Dr. Shallow in front of the entire world and promise without hesitation that he's prepared to come and sit with the cricket forum and have a one-on-one talk. Last Sunday, I have initiated this process. I sent Dr. Shallow an email and he replied quickly. Same time Sunday morning, he replied and said that he was unavailable for the day that I had recommended for E to look at. However, he had asked the media manager to sort out a day that is mutually convenient to both of us. But I want to say, Dr. Shallow, once the date is convenient to you, sir, you are the president of Cricket West Indies, the most important person in Cricket West Indies. I will make myself available even if it's 3 o'clock in the morning, even if it is 2 o'clock. So whenever you are ready, please let your media officer contact me with the time and date that you will be available for this sit down. I do not want to respond to someone as yet. I want to ask you to clarify the position. So even, as I said in the past, even before Sammy take charge of his first match as coach of Cricket West Indies, he is under pressure. I am one who believes that as president of Cricket West Indies or president of any organization, the person who is in charge should get the person that they want. They should get the person that they are confident in. And despite the process, the president should have overriding veto power to get the person he wants. I do not necessarily as an issue with the selection of Darren Sammy as the head coach if he is the person that the president wants. But there are some questions that I need to ask Dr. Shallow. And I hope rather sooner or later he will come and let us have that sit down that he had promised me. Now to the match. Earlier today, Shai Hope answered some questions from the media. That interview is up on the home page, and I saw where some of you have already watched that interview. But just some reaction to that interview. Now, when he was asked about his position, because usually up to last year, Shai Hope was opening the batting for the West Indies. But since he became captain on that tour to South Africa, we saw where Shai Hope batted at number 4. So he was asked if this was his position going forward. And he said he believed that he should bat at number 4. That's what he said. It gives the team some stability. And he said that usually in the past, there were some issues at number 4 and giving the team stability in the middle. So he have decided that he's going to bat at number 4. He said that there may be some changes in the batting order for this series, but you and I know that that is just talk. He will bat at number 4. Before I go any further though with the interview, let me take some of your comments because it would be unfair. Good afternoon. There's a number of comments in the chat. Keith Aaron. Now, Keith Aaron, welcome to the show. I'm very glad to see you here live, Keith Aaron. Keith Aaron is a very passionate Trinidadian who's always backing and wanting the appointments of Trinidadian. I love Keith Aaron. He's very, very passionate and he's always commenting in the comment section. So Keith Aaron, welcome to the show. Where will commentary be available in Trinidad and Tobago? It will be shown on Sportsmax. It will be on Sportsmax, so you can join on Sportsmax, and Sportsmax will show you. Rastaman, welcome to the show. First time I'm seeing you here. Pink waving and okay, sorry about that. That's I do. Sherwin, good afternoon. Sammy had nothing with the picking of this squad. Yes, he does not, and he has made it clear that he had nothing with the picking of the squad. Shamar Brooks, Ruston Chase are a race of 2 spots, and many persons have said that before. The champion, Sammy, greater than everyone. So you're saying Sammy is greater than everyone, the champion. Okay, so there are some passionates coming through. Atina, welcome to the show. Good greetings, good people. Greeting to you too. Brian McLeod. That's the issue with West Indies cricket, is that everyone in high places getting the people they want, not the people who are qualified to do the job. Just my opinion. And I take that opinion, Brian. And let me tell you, if I was Cricket West Indies and I was choosing the coach, I would ask my director of cricket, and as I said, director of cricket, there's another issue there because there's some rumors that Jimmy Adams resigned and reasons have been given for his resignation. So that's another controversy that is brewing. I am hearing that it was not a matter of Cricket West Indies not renewing Jimmy Adams' contract, but Jimmy Adams has walked. That's what I'm hearing. But let's dig into that further. And that is why it is very important that we have the president of Cricket West Indies come and sit down and have a talk with us sooner than rather than later, just as he has promised. But back to you, Brian. If I was choosing the coach, if I was a president of Cricket West Indies and I'm choosing the coach, I would ask the director. Oh, I would not have been a part of the interview because our understanding is that Dr. Shallow was a part of the interview. He and the human resource officer, the independent director, one of the independent directors of Cricket West Indies, Enoch Lewis and Jimmy Adams were the 5-member panel that did the interview. I, as a president, in my humble opinion, I would not want to be a part of that interview because my board would then have to ratify the recommendation. Oh no, if I make a recommendation to my board as a president, it's a given that the board will have to ratify it. So I would not have wanted to be a part of that process. I would want to see the recommendations coming from my director of cricket. So that would be my process. But again, I must state it. The president must have veto power to get who he wants, who he's confident in. He must have it. Because it is very important that the right person have your back. And it's very important that you believe in the person that have your back. It's very important. Good afternoon to all. West Indies have a lot of issues, sure. Ryan Ramkasoon, watching from Australia. Thank you very much. Please tell your friends about Australia and please subscribe to the channel. Please touch a like on the video and share the channel with your friends in Australia. Thank you very much. Western Australia is my team down there though. Western Australia is a team I back. Jimmy Adams is no longer there. Yes, he's no longer there. His contract expired at the end of this month. But he was part of the process that selected the coach. That's what all I'm saying, Chris. He was part of the process that selected the coach. He was then the director of cricket. How strong an influence does the coach has on the selection of the team? Well, on the selection of the team, now that he's a coach, he has the final say. He has the final say. If there is a debate over who should play, say for example, both he and the captain agree on 10 players. But then the 11th player, the captain say X and the coach say Y. Then the coach have the final say and the coach and Y would play. So the coach have the final say over the selection of the final 11, but the captain has great influence too. I've been calling for Sammy to get the job for 4 years. That's the Sherwin. And Sherwin, we must point it out though, that 90% of the respondents to the poll in this community agree that Sammy should get the job. 90% of the respondents. That doesn't take away from the fact, though, that there are people in the Caribbean, a large number of persons in the Caribbean are not satisfied that Sammy was appointed ahead of the many other persons. I have told you here that news coming out of the rumors is that Sammy did not get the highest score in the interview. So there are a number of issues. But again, I repeat, and I will continue to say that the president must has the power of veto and get who he wants. Whatsoever instrument you use to measure the candidates, whatsoever method you use to select the coach, I still think the president should have the power of veto and gets who he wants. If that person fails though, then there's another question for the president to answer. And I'm not going to post that question because I do not want Sammy to fail, because if Sammy does not fail, it means all of us will be very, very, very happy. Keith Aaron is saying, Larry Gomes, Atina, there's a big difference between policy and personality. Big point that Atina, very, very big point. Sammy have no coaching documents. Larry Gomes, Robin Singer, Brian Davis for director of cricket. Yes, Keith Aaron, we know. It's Sherwin. It's not. I saw some Chris. I think it said that Sammy has no coaching documents. No, he has a level two. He has a level two. Remember that Sammy was doing some work for the MCC. I think he was doing some work for the MCC some time ago. And to do that, you must have some level of certification. You talk. Thank you, Daryl Wilbur. Well, welcome to the show. My grandmother, let me tell you something, Daryl Willoughby. Let me tell you something. More than 40 years ago, one Friday evening, I was on my veranda, long time ago, I think it was about 1975. I was on my veranda one Friday evening and I was talking to some boys who had gathered on the veranda. And my grandmother came out and shouted up and said, "Shut up, boy. You are talking foolishness as always." So welcome. Thank you for confirming for me, dear Willoughby. Thank you. Welcome to the show. I hope you continue to listen. I'm very happy that you are here. Now, back to the interview. When Shai Hope was asked about being more aggressive, as in the last ODI, in the ODI against South Africa, where he made that century, and he was asked if this is a new approach, because he had hit 7 sixes in that innings, the most that you have ever hit in an innings. And his reply that he said that he's trying to be a bit more aggressive. He said, this is the way that cricket is going. Higher scores are being made in ODI matches and T20 matches, and even test matches, persons are scoring at a faster rate. So he's trying to be more aggressive, and the team is trying to find more ways to score. So I know that some of you do not like the reverse sweep and the ramp and the switch it and also on, but expect more of these strokes to be coming out of the West Indies batsmen as they find more ways to score. So that is what Shai Hope was saying in the interview. We are going to be, in particular, is going to be more aggressive, and that the team is finding more ways to score. Now, when he was asked what do he think that the team need to improve on quickly, and quickly was emphasized, and he said that the batting has shown good signs, but we definitely need to work on our bowling, taking wickets in the middle overs and at the top also. Because he's saying that if you can get wicket and at the top and in the middle overs, then the team cannot really set up themselves for that explosive end at the end of the innings. So he was saying that the bowlers need to work and improve so that we can get wickets at the top, and then we also get wickets in the middle, and so the batting team will not have a crescendo at the end. I do not expect this to happen in this series. As I said, West Indies should win this series and win it comfortably. The interviewer said is on the home page. Now, when he was asked about the coaching staff, the new coaching staff, Carl Hooper, Franklin, Darren Sammy, and the other person who's not coming to my mind now, but you know them, I've listed the coaching staff, the 4 new coaching staff led by Darren Sammy. He said, I want to commend the communication. The communication has been clear and it has been frank, and he was saying that everyone wants what is best for West Indies cricket going forward, and that Sammy is a man who relies a lot on stats and analysis to put forward his point, and he welcomes that, and he emphasized that the communications has been very clear, and everyone is happy and everyone is frank. Now, the final thing that he said in that interview that I just want to mention, because he had said more than these things, but I just want to mention, and because I have so much ratings for Brandon King, and I was very glad he too appears to rate Brandon King a lot, because when he was asked about Brandon King, and remember these questions that Dara Bartley was asking Shai Hope, they came from media personnel. They came from us. We had sent these questions to Dario Bartley. Mark, he would not have asked them in the exact way that we have sent them. He would have summarized them and to make it easier for Hope, or to make it more communicable to Hope. Because reading what we said probably would not have that environment and that atmosphere of that chit chat. So these questions came from him. So obviously somebody asked him about the batting of King, and he responded by saying, with a smile on his face, and you can see, when you look at the video, you can see that he was happy. With a smile on his face, he said, I love to see Brandon King batting, whether in the nets or out in the middle. And he's hoping that Brandon King will have a big impact, because Brandon King has more responsibilities now, and he's a vice captain, and he's opening the innings. So those were just a bit of a reflection of the interview by Shai Hope. Please slash a like on the video and click on that subscribe button. Remember, it's free to subscribe, and you click only once. And check out those links in the video description. I'm coming to your questions. Just before I again put the team on the screen, because I've done so on Wednesday, but I'm going to again put the team on the screen so that you can see my playing 11 for the match that is coming up tomorrow morning, 7:30 a.m. Jamaica time, 8:30 a.m. in the Eastern Caribbean. So I'll take some more of your questions. Keith Aaron. Oh, I missed Tantimerity. Over to you, Mr. Reds. I do not know that person. Welcome to the show, Sunich, Anthony Sunich. First time here. Thank you for contributing. We really appreciate that. We hope you'll contribute some more. Good afternoon, all. My concern is, can CWI afford 3 assistant coaches for both the white ball and red ball teams? Any coach is as good as the players' performances. That is so true, Anthony Sunich. And I don't know. I guess they can, and especially come the 1st of January 2024, which is just 6 months away. Cricket West Indies will see their allocation from the ICC, that the International Cricket Council, the allocation from the ICC will double. Cricket West Indies Cricket West Indies allocation from the ICC will double come the 1st of January to be almost $2.6 million per month. So they have some money there. Keith Aaron, where can I find live broadcasts of the ODI? Tell me, thanks. Sportsmax and Flow Sports. It will be on Sportsmax. Athena, Keith Aaron, you stated small islanders taking over West Indies cricket. Please explain. Then Keith Aaron, you need to explain to Athena, because we do not encourage insularity here. We have always spoke about it. We do not encourage it here. That's not something that we encourage here. And so, Keith Aaron, the chat will take you on. So, Akeem Jordan and Preston McSweeney should be bowling in all limited over matches for West Indies. I don't get the lack of respect for Preston McSweeney. Sherwin, you have a lot of good points all the while, but there are a lot of bowlers in the West Indies, and I can name 10 right now, fast bowlers who are performing better than Preston McSweeney. So until he start performing better than these players, I won't call for his selection. But right now, I have no issue with Preston McSweeney not in any of these teams, because there are so many bowlers that are ahead of him. So looking at my playing 11, which, as I said, I did put up on Thursday. I earlier said Wednesday, but it was on Thursday that I did put up my playing 11. This is the playing 11 that I expected to start tonight. I expect Athanaze to open with King. As Hope said in the interview, he will be at 4, and we expect Brooks to bat at 3. And the bowling will be led, of course, by Jordan and Paul and Smith and Carrier. And we have Chase to back up inside there, and Kavim Aj with his orthodox slow left arm orthodox spin. So that is the expected 11 that I expect for the West Indies. When it comes to the United Arab Emirates, not much is known about these guys, but I think the captain, Mohammed Wasim, he will open the bowling. And Aravind, the wicketkeeper Aravind, the 20-year-old batsman who incidentally scored the second largest number of ODI runs last year. Yes, he scored the second largest number of ODI runs. I think it was about 781, averaging 4.10 with 2 centuries and 450. He scored more runs than Shai Hope last year and have a higher average than Shai Hope, who was our leading batsman. So both of them played 21 matches. Hope played 21 matches, and Aravind, who's the wicketkeeper, 20-year-old, that's look like Vitra Aravind. Sorry. The 20-year-old wicketkeeper from the United Arab Emirates scored 781 runs at 41 on average last year. So he's a very good looking batsman, albeit against lesser competition than what he's going to face against West Indies. But you can look out for him. He expected to get some runs. I expect in the bowling department, Kartik Major Japan, he is a right-arm leg spinner. Junaid Sadiq, the right-arm fast bowler, Zayor Khan, who bowl at a look of pace also. Look out for these two fast bowlers. They're going to bowl at some pace. Zayor Khan and Junaid Siddiqui. Those are the two bowlers who are expected to open the bowling. Ayan Khan, who bowls slow left-arm orthodox spin, and Basil Ahmed, who bowls some off-break. These are the bowlers who I expect that the United Arab Emirates are going to depend on to get rid of the West Indies batsmen. But I do not expect it to be anything close for the West Indies against the UAE. We are going to win comfortable. As I said, it's a day and night match. It starts 7:30 a.m. in Jamaica, 8:30 a.m. in the Eastern Caribbean. I said again on Thursday that it will be about 35 degrees at the start of the match, and that temperature will drop to about 32 degrees Celsius as it goes into the night. The humidity in the night will be very high. We expect that there will be moisture on the field. So I said it Thursday, what would you expect? To bowl in sun or to bowl with a wet ball? And that decision should come down to the coach. I should have asked him that question in the interview today, but I did not remember. So let's look at your comments, please. Finally, thanks for the info about the broadcast. Peter Ansu, welcome to the show again. What is your starting 11 for the first ODI? Okay, I just answered that. Preston McSweeney runs per over rate should check that. All right, I will do that. I will do that, Sherwin. Good afternoon. Okay, Keith Aaron, what insularity? The truth always offend. Oh, I miss Tony Koza and to you all. Well, I Keith Aaron, what I'm saying, one of the things that persons always say to me, and they send me a lot of emails and so on and tell me, is my fairness. I do not see Jamaica, Barbados, Guyana, Trinidad. I see West Indies, because West Indies is the brand when it comes to cricket. Jamaica is not a brand when it comes to cricket. Neither Trinidad, neither Guyana, none of these countries, neither the Windward Islands or the Leeward Islands, none of these countries are the brand when it comes to cricket. The brand that the cricket world knows is West Indies. West Indies. And we are better together than separate, because the brand that the cricket world knows, as I said, is West Indies. So I am not in the insularity thing. I'm in fairness, Keith Aaron. I'm in fairness. But if you say things that offend other persons in the chat, they are human beings. They are going to come back. So I've always said, keep it respectful. Keep it very, very respectful. Original I Love Sammy. Haven't heard from you in a while, Original I Love Sammy. We should win 3-0 over UAE. I believe so too, because your guy is going to come under a lot of pressure if we do not win 3-0. I am from St. Kitts, but all I see is West Indies cricket. That's the brand. Very good. Oh, well done. Oh, well done. Oh, you are reading my mind. Well done, Original Sammy. Is Colin Archibald in any plans for Cricket West Indies? Atina, you would have heard me touting Colin Archibald earlier this year. You would have heard me even saying that I think that he should be in the squad that went to South Africa early this year. To be fact, he had a good season last year, even scoring a century and a 50 and getting over 17 wickets last year. This year, though, he did not repeat that performance. So I guess he has dropped off the radar. It now for him to go back, and I hope he has been doing some work. So come next year, we hope to see a repeat of the 2022 performances or even better. So right now, I don't think that Colin Archibald is on the radar, but come next year, I hope that he will get better and will repeat his performances. His left arm pace is something that I really, really like. At Keith, it is your insularity that threatens. Okay, I apologize if anyone feel offended by the chat that is going on right now in the community. And let's get back to cricket, because we are one big community. We can have different opinions, but those different opinions do not have to be harsh and attacking and aggressive. Let's express our opinions. And I have always said, your opinions is your opinions. Don't let anyone cow you down about your opinion. My opinion is my opinion, and that's what I do. I present my opinion. So, what's the future for the past players of West Indies under 19? Now, that's another show, and there probably another time we'll get into that. But we have seen a number of past West Indies under 19 players coming through. We have the Cricket Academy, and that's one of the things that Cricket West Indies gave James Adams credit for putting that Cricket Academy at Coolidge. They gave him credit to restarting the academy. So that's one of the things. Please slash a like on the video. Click on the subscribe button. I will be doing a live watch along tomorrow morning for one innings of the match. More than likely the second innings of the match, because we will that will take us to the victory. And we want that excitement, we want that build up. Thank you all for tuning in. Please slash a like on the video. Have a great evening. One love. God bless. Thank you for being here.